federal government, states, and the local government councils share 2.001 trillion naira from July 2025 Federation account revenue. INEC presents certificates of return to newly elected National Assembly members. Rehabilitation work on Bida Mana Water Works nearing completion, says a National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission. Bawa speaks to us right now. Of course, the body of the late Emir of Zuru, Major General Muhammad Sami retired, has finally been laid to rest in Zuru, Kebbi State. The Janaiza prayer was led by the Chief Imam of Zuru at his central mosque, while the interment followed immediately. We'll be joining Abdul Ladlil much later in the bulletin. Meanwhile, a total sum of 2.001 trillion naira, being July 2025 Federation account revenue, has been shared to the federal government, states, and local government councils. The revenue was shared at the August 2025 Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC) meeting held in Abuja. The 2.001 trillion naira total distributable revenue comprises distributable statutory revenue of 1.282.872 trillion, distributable value added tax, VAT, revenue of 640.610 billion naira, electronic money transfer levy, EMTL, revenue of 37.601 billion naira, exchange difference, 39.745 billion naira. A communique issued by the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC) indicated that total gross revenue of 3.836.980 trillion naira was available in the month of July 2025. According to the communique, gross statutory revenue of 3.070.127 trillion naira was received for the month of July 2025. This was lower than the sum of 3.485.235 trillion naira received in the month of June 2025 by 415.108 billion naira. Gross revenue of 687.940 billion naira was available from the value-added tax in July 2025. This was higher than the 678.165 billion naira available in the month of June 2025 by 9.775 billion naira. Now, the Federal Ministry of Education will on 25th of August unveil a portal and strategic vision for Nigerian teachers. Earlier, the Registrar and CEO, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, Dr. Ronke Soyombo, joined us in the studio to speak more on the importance of the portal.
Teachers Registration Council is an agency that controls professionalization of all the teachers in Nigeria at different levels. I'm talking of tertiary, primary, and secondary. And also we do a lot on regulation of all these wonderful teachers as well. However, for a very long time, people have suffered where they've not received certificates on time, licenses on time after passing the exam. And so you will see that part of the pillar of the Honorable Minister for Education is data and digitization. So what we're doing at the moment is to see how, the portal that we're launching on Monday is going to allow things to work seamlessly. A lot of people can actually access us more online now. And not only that, people don't need to wait for us before they
The rehabilitation of Bida Mana Water Works and intervention of the National Hydroelectronic Power Producing Areas Development Commission has reached 90% completion, with the Commission's resolve to see to the realization of the water scheme for potable water supply to Bida and its environs. Mercy Fabi reports.
The inspection, which was the first official assignment of the Managing Director since his reappointment by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was to inspect the level of work done at the Mana Water Works. The intervention of NIPADEC is a deliberate action aimed at reactivating and energizing the more than 40 years water works, which has been moribund for about 15 years now. So far, 5 MVA power transformer and 29 other items have been supplied and installed to upgrade the waterworks for effective utilization to about 600,000 people in Bida and its adjoining communities. The inspection was also to provide possible solution to the impending challenge of certifying the followed 2 other 2.5 power transformers and reticulation.
A significant progress has been made. Our major interest is to see that Bida town is relieved from its present predicament of lack of pipe-borne water.
The entourage was also at the Bida Wadata Palace to brief the Etinupe Yaya Bakar on the progress made to end the about 15 years perennial water shortage in Bida.
We hope and pray that the HAPADEC and the Western government will collaborate very closely to ensure that this issue is a thing of past time.
The MD, Abubakar Sadiq Yeluwa, promises to consolidate the gains of his first tenure for more positive impacts on the Commission's communities. Mercy Fabi, NT News.
As part of its social responsibility in the education sector, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSN, has rehabilitated 2 dilapidated structures at the LEA Primary School, Turukuwa, in Kwali Area Council, Abuja, and donated other learning materials. President of the union, Festus Osifo, says the gesture is born out of the desire to take development to the rural communities across the country, especially hard-reached areas. Joseph Otsen reports.
For about 2 years, LEA Primary School, Tukurua in Kwali Area Council of Abuja had its roof completely blown off by rain, no decks, and other learning materials. A member of the community says school children were forced to sit on bare floor to learn, and at times under days free.
So pathetic that the children cannot come to school. The children up to 1.5 years have never been in school, and anytime they even manage to come to the school, they stay under that tree to study. And you know that is not how teaching and learning will take place effectively.
And now this is what the community has, courtesy PENGASSN Foundation, the charity arm of the Oil and Gas Workers Union. In just a month after his visit, the foundation completely reconstructed the 2 blocks of 6 classrooms, staff rooms, toilets, drilled a borehole, and supplied 200 desks, 800 notebooks and school bags to enhance learning.
Any opportunity to touch the lives of children, you are actually putting happiness not just in them, but in their parents and in the entire community. So we pick this as a project as do. There are much more that we are also doing today.
Very laudable. You can see that they have chairs now, they got no sitting arrangement in the school entirely. This place will be friends. I will provide security.
The union says it will continue to identify remote communities like this across the country to lend a helping hand, either in provision of healthcare, education, or other basic amenities. In Abuja, Joseph Olsen, NTA News.
With the persistent decline in revenue challenges and the subsequent pressure on the government meeting of targets, the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, in collaboration with National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, JUST Plateau State, organizes high-level training on strategies for increased fiscal efficiency and enhanced government revenue. The workshop is expected to reinforce the principles of fiscal responsibility within the operations of GOES and key MDAs, enhance participants' capacity to implement reforms that strengthen transparency and accountability, provide a roadmap for improved fiscal efficiency, sustainable revenue mobilization, and reduction of leakages in government finance. It also encouraged synergy between fiscal policymakers, regulators, and institutional leaders for better economic governance in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The justice sector, as a catalyst for national development, is embracing digital transformation with measures to enhance effective and efficient service delivery. Attorney General and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi says this is to meet the expectations of Nigerians and support the President's vision for the justice sector reforms. Omo Basi Edet has the report.
It is the convergence of the top management of the Federal Ministry of Justice who are in Akwa Ibom State to reflect, align, and leverage on technological innovations to drive the justice sector reform. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi says the criminal justice sector is facing daunting challenges, including inadequate access to justice, overcrowded correctional facilities, delays in trials, and other systemic inefficiencies which require urgent and technology-driven solutions. Governor Omoino emphasizes the need to embrace technological innovations, considering the critical role in laying a legal framework for the country.
When you talk of rule of law, it does not admit of weaponizing prosecution. You do or treat each case on its own merit, and you do not get the courts involved in or turn the courts into what I will call theaters of spectacle. You take each case on its own merit. If a case is not made out, it is just not made out. There are no two ways about it. You don't have to dissipate government energy, resources, and waste the time of the court.
I'm very pleased that the Federal Ministry of Justice has seen the need to hold this retreat to see how it can continue to strengthen their position for digital transformation and thus ensure a more efficient and timely delivery of justice for all Nigerians.
Solicitor General Beatrice Jedi Agba is optimistic that the retreat would help in transforming mindset and aligning performance systems with national goals.
This retreat represents so much more than a management meeting. It is a purposeful platform for strategic dialogue, practical learning, and collective ownership of the ministry's reform priorities.
The top management retreat has as its theme positioning for digital transformation. From Ikarekbene, Umo Basadet, NT News.
We told you earlier on that the body of the late Emir of Zuru, Major General Muhammad Sani Sami, retired, has finally been laid to rest in Zuru, Kebbi State. The Janaiza prayer was led by the chief imam of Zuru at a central mosque, while the interment followed immediately. Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa is now standing by in Zuru to give us details. Hello, thank you for joining us on the news at 3.
Very much. Right now we are at the Zuru Central Mosque, where the funeral prayer of Major General Muhammad Sani Thamigomo II was concluded, and it was done in accordance with Islamic practice, where dignitaries from all walks of life attended the funeral prayer. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, led the federal government high-powered delegation to Zuru, and the Sultan of Sokoto equally graced the funeral equally emirs like the emir of Kano, the emir of Argungu, emir of Yauri, representative of the emir of Gandu, emir of Kagara, emirs from the northern part of the country converge on Zuru. As I speak to you, if you can see behind me, you can see people trooping in and out of the mosques. There has never been a crowd in Zuru like this time around because it was a Herculean task to even access the mosques. But right now, the funeral prayer has been concluded, and next is going to the residence of the late emir, where he is going to be buried in accordance with the army tradition.
All right, Bawa, I know you can hear me. What is the atmosphere like? What are people saying about the late Major General?
Well, the atmosphere so far so good is calm, and people, from what I heard from people, is they will really miss the emir of Zuru because he's a person who always consults his people. He's a person who cares for his people. In fact, personally, on different fora, whenever the emir wants to make a speech at government event, he must, or he usually requests 1 or 2 things for his emirate that will benefit his people. Equally, one peculiarity of Zuru is different from any other emirate in the country is the combination, the tolerance between people of Zuru. You will see a house with the mother a Christian, the father a Muslim, their children practicing traditional religion, and there has never been ethnic violence in Zulu or religious violence. So the emir has been standing firm to ensure that his people are united, preaching peace, coexistence among them.
Abdul Jalil Bawa, thank you so much for those updates. Thank you. Let's take a breather here. We'll be right back with more on the news.
On behalf of the Ododo family, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for standing with us in our time of grief. Your fatherly support brought us comfort. We also thank the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, for personally visiting Okene to commiserate with us. To the Nigerian Governors Forum, Progressive Governors Forum, our esteemed leaders, traditional and religious fathers, and the good people of Kogi State, we are deeply grateful for your prayers, visits, and words of encouragement. Though the passing of our beloved father is a painful loss, your love reminds us we are not alone. May Almighty God bless you all. Announcer His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, for the family.
Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Thanks for joining us again. To reposition the nation's capital as a top destination for business and tourism, Dr. Bright Enebelele was unveiled as Abuja Groovy December ambassador at the emerging Abuja investiture ceremony. The initiative, according to program coordinator Kenneth Ibe Kalu, is a strategic effort to attract global investment, nurture local talent, and transform Abuja into a vibrant hub of enterprise. Thomas Obetere reports.
The initiative is aimed at transforming Abuja into a global hub for business, tourism, and innovation. The Emerging Abuja initiative seeks to attract international investment, harness local talents, and position the city as a vibrant destination for economic growth and cultural celebration.
So part of the process of what we are doing with Emerging Abuja is to ensure that Abuja becomes a city that every part of the world, tourists and visitors and businessmen will be comfortable to come here, do business here, and then interact with the locals, and then visit a lot of scenic, what they call the scenes around Abuja. We have a lot of tourist destinations that they are dormant, and we are reawakening them in this spirit of rebranding.
A key highlight of the program is the proposed Abuja Green City project featuring modern infrastructure, urban rebranding, and the 16-day Abuja Groovy December celebration. The event aims to attract over 25 million visitors with activities like cultural displays, tourism exhibitions, competition, and entertainment, all designed to boost Abuja's economy and festive appeal.
From this December, Abuja has reawakened. Abuja is becoming a giant. So we're inviting everybody from all over the world, Nigerians in Lagos, Nigerians in Osun State, wherever they are, let them come and have a feel of over 35 plus events that will be happening at the same time, 24 hours a day for 16 days, from the 15th of December to the 31st of December. It's going to be all fun.
Dr. Bright Enebulele, creator of the Wakama app, was recognized for his digital innovation and named Abuja Groovy December Ambassador. He pledged to boost foreign investment and job creation in Abuja through the initiative.
So for me, I want to make sure that this Emerging Abuja will be one of the biggest trade shows for blockchain technology by the end of the year or 2026. So for me, it's an important event that the diaspora will come and contribute, support, because that's what's going on in Dubai.
The Emerging Abuja investiture ceremony highlights the capital's drive to become a global center for creativity with strong partnership and cultural engagement to become a major annual event showcasing the city internationally. In Abuja, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
The federal government says boosting socio-economic growth depends largely on a more productive workforce. To drive this agenda, the National Productivity Center has commenced capacity building for human resource managers as key drivers of workplace efficiency. Joseph Otsen reports from Kefi, Nasarawa State, where a 3-day training is underway.
This gathering brings together human resource managers from offices of the National Productivity Center across the country. Director General National Productivity Center, Bafa Babadan Agundi, represented by Director Special Duties, Ameze Apia, says the 3 days training is designed to sharpen their skills in understanding workplace challenges and adopting best practices to bring out the best in employees.
You will be exposed to best practices in HRO management, code of ethics in the public service, and understanding FCC SSI P25 and its application in the center.
Sessions are focusing on managing workplace crises, applying emotional intelligence, and building quality interpersonal relations.
Like AI, EI, so these are part of the training model that are packaged for this staff, so that they know the emotional intelligence as a human resource officer managers. You don't need to get angry, get emotional at any slight provocation.
For productivity experts, maximizing Nigeria's abundant human and natural resources depends largely on applying the right skills and techniques that enhance workforce performance. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
The Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa Musawa, has outlined key challenges and strategic interventions to enhance the growth and development of Nigeria's creative economy and tourism sectors. Gofan Saji Ugwai reports.
Brainstorming on repositioning our vibrant, revenue
revenue-generating sectors.
This gathering of departments and agencies under the Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy comes at a pivotal time, especially as the world is changing technologically, economically, and socially. The Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa Musawa, says the creative economy must be willing and ready to drive innovations, create jobs, and be a viable tool for soft power and cultural diplomacy.
Nigerian youth should not be looking for jobs. We have the jobs in our industry, and we're ready to deliver these jobs. Our creative economy, driven by globally recognized genres like Afrobeat and Highlife, was valued at $39 million.
Strategic repositioning of arts, culture, tourism, and creative economy for national development and global competitiveness speaks to the urgent task before us to transform these sectors into engines of economic diversification.
Various agencies under the ministry signed performance bond committing to strategic repositioning of Nigeria's art, culture, tourism and creative economy that is imperative for the nation's future prosperity. In Abuja, Gofan Shaji Ogwanyi, NTA News.
And that concludes the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.
The network service of the NTA.